Hey, Johnny, it's another beautiful day where I am. How's your life treating you?
Man, it's going great. Beautiful once again. Just what a summer, fall
Hmm.
beginning. Just a great time, man. So we've just had a lot of good things going on. We're excited. Things we start doing our classes and seminars now and all that kind of stuff again. So it's fun
Great.
to do those, and we're looking forward to it. And love doing these podcasts every week. I get more and more feedback, whether it's Apple, Spotify, YouTube, of course. Subscribe, share it to people, let them know about what we're doing here. And, we just try to be helpful, have a simple conversation, and really, really enjoy doing it. It's been a year, right?
It has been a year. Yeah,
Year
crazy.
anniversary, man. We had our first year anniversary, I think, a few weeks ago, Mike. So
Yeah.
I should have done something special for you, man.
You should
I
have sent me
can't
some
believe
cake or something. Come on now.
can't believe it. What a
It is good.
relationship.
And I love this because whether you're on YouTube or listening to Spotify or something, it's just a great way to listen for people to get introduced to you, Johnny, to the expertise you have in retirement planning and things. And we've done these couple mini series. We just came off of a two-part mini series on the Big Beautiful Bill Act, the OBBA, and how it impacts taxes and Social Security and different things. But we're transitioning into a fun little mini series again. I like these mini series, 2 or 3 episodes on a topic, but this is really about everybody talks about legacy and storing up money and then leaving money to the next generation and all of that, which is all well and good. I know you and I are big fans of that, but today's episode is titled How Not to Leave Money to Your Family. And
Yeah, so
talk about that.
man, we've ran into so many more people, it seems like in the last few years, where they're inheriting money from mainly their parents, really. Spouses are a little, it is what it is. If there's money in the bank or money in an IRA that they're using for income, spouse. But when it's talking about the next generation, kids, um, uh, things like that, there's different rules and guidelines for how that can happen, and it really can be impactful on their tax situation and their
Wow.
lifestyle and what happens to them if we're not careful and don't understand it. So uh, here's a situation. So you have an IRA you and your spouse are living off of. You pass away, the missus is still getting income from it. She passes away, there's still like $400,000 in there. Because you're like, we'll just give the rest to the kids. We'll not try to do too much, but we'll give the rest to the kids, which is a great idea. We want to bless the next generation.
Yeah.
So say there's two kids. They're older now, in their 50s or whatever, 40s. They split that. So they each get $200,000 in inherited IRA. So they have 10 years to draw that money down. Okay. And it's all taxable. So, and when we're talking about even larger amounts of money, what an impact, because basically it's like adding money to their income.
That's what people need to really understand right there. Yes.
Yeah, so it's which can what affect their taxes. And if
Yeah.
if you are older when you pass away and those kids are getting Social Security or whatever at that time, remember on the big beautiful bill that Social Security benefit of the tax credit expires in 2028 as of right now. So if you're 90 and you pass away and your kids are 67 and they're getting Social Security already, boom, they have to take this money out, inherited IRA of income. Their Social Security could become taxable. If it's a lot of money, it could affect Medicare and things like that. So remember, on an inherited IRA, basically the government gives you a 10-year window as the inheritee, I guess, where
Hmm.
they have to um, withdraw that money out in 10 years.
Yeah.
So it's just like adding income, just
Yeah.
like adding income. So if they make 80,000 bucks, they have to get, it's a good chunk of money and they got to get $60,000 out a year. Boom.
Yeah.
That's income that's going to bump their taxes, could affect other things too. So,
Absolutely.
and
Yeah. So that would be one way not to leave money to your family is to leave it in a very taxable account with very little planning, with the whole, we'll just leave it to our kids mentality. Thanks, but there are some ramifications that can really impact your children that you don't even know about. And that's why, talking with Johnny about all this to go, okay, how can I leave money to that next generation and do it with a minimal effect on their taxes? Because there are lots of strategies for that, right?
Yeah, one of them is, we talk about Roth conversions all the time. If you're like, hey, I got this money sitting over here in this IRA that is specifically for the kids. I've got other IRAs I'm getting my required minimum distributions from, whatever, but this I want to give this money to the kids. All the more reasons maybe for Roth conversions. If you're worried about them hurting their income and their taxes, be like, okay, I'll just deal with it now while I'm alive because I want to be the best blessing to them or whatever, and take that burden off the table so you can convert it to a Roth, and then make them the beneficiary of the Roth or whatever. So, um, those are things like that you can do. One thing a lot of people don't realize is, you know, you can utilize the money you've saved up for yourself,
Hmm.
but still be a blessing through a thing called life insurance.
Yes.
A lot of people don't think that way. They think, well, I've got $500,000. I want to leave it to the kids, but I won't be able to travel, or if long-term care happens, I'm worried. No, think on that money to do this. But like here's an example. You got grandma's got or mom, dad, whatever, mom's still alive. She's got $200,000 she wants to leave to four kids.
Hmm.
Um, they're all going to get $50,000, whatever it may be. But she's going to struggle. She's worried about long-term care, whatever. And she's like, what do I do? Well, if she maybe took $25,000 of that money and maybe bought a paid up life insurance policy, that $25,000 of that 200,000 could buy her like $150,000 life insurance,
Yeah.
or use $50,000 of that 200 and maybe it'll buy her a quarter million or $300,000 or four, whatever. We could figure out the numbers, but say it buys you a $300,000 life insurance policy. Well, instead of it costing you $200,000 to leave $200,000, now the investment you put in is $50,000. They're going to get $300,000 tax free.
Yes.
You still have your $150,000 to take care of the things you want to do. Maybe I can travel now. Maybe I can do this or this or this and not feel guilty about it, because now my kids are actually going to get more money than what was originally planned. And it's all going to be tax free, totally across the board through a life insurance policy. So,
Absolutely.
once again, if you're leaving $200,000 to your kids, what does it cost you? $200,000. If you purchase a single premium life insurance or some kind of life insurance policy and say it's $50,000, it costs you 50,000, maybe to leave 350. No, I'm not actually, I did do good at math, so I'll say it, I do. But even if you're not good at math,
That makes sense.
200 is a dollar for dollar. 50,000 is well more than what you're putting into it, and you still get to keep money for yourself in case emergencies or travel or whatever.
Absolutely. Yeah. And
That's one way to get by, some of this leaving money stuff and the taxes and things like that, is utilizing life insurance.
it's just one component, it's one tool in a really big toolbox that Johnny, you have available. Maybe someday we can roll that toolbox into your office here so you can start pulling the drawers out. I always think about a big mechanic's toolbox, and they have all these drawers, and that's kind of what I think about you, because you have all these tools that are available to you that don't always apply to everybody. But as somebody meets with you and talks with you and you understand their situation, their desires, and what they're trying to do, you can reach into your toolbox and grab a screwdriver or a wrench or a pair of pliers, per se, right?
Hmm.
And leverage these tools that you have to go, oh, have you thought about this? Here's how it would work. Here are the pros, here are the cons, and all that, to educate people to go, oh, didn't even know that was an option. Maybe that's a better way to, in this sense, pass money tax free to the next generation.
Yeah, even grandkids, right? Say you're like, I got seven grandkids and I want to leave $10,000 each to our grandkids. Okay. Take some money out, buy single premium life insurance policies. Instead of leaving them 10,000, they might get 60,000 tax free.
Yeah.
Put them in a better situation. And also it helps you be able to have more funds once again to
Yeah.
protect yourself and your life for inflation, tax changes, long-term care situations, all the things that can happen that we maybe don't think about as much. But to be able to have that reservoir still for you to dip into at the same time, be a blessing or whatever to your generation or charities or whatever it is you want to do, that you have in your mind, like, I'm going to do this, you definitely can do better if you can qualify. I mean, we can find all that out, right? Hey, can you qualify? What does it do? Your age, health, all that kind of stuff. But before you make decisions on certain things, find out all the options
Yep.
because sometimes people they don't know what they don't know, and they think life insurance says, well, I already got my funeral taken care of, so I don't need life insurance.
Yep.
No,
There's so many more ways to use it.
life insurance once again is a tool in retirement planning that can be utilized for people in certain situations. And it's beautiful. It's one of the only guaranteed tax-free things that are still out there.
It really is, and I think it's going to be out there for a long time. We should probably do a mini series coming up around life insurance and the different ways to use it. But that is one way of how not to leave money to your family is by leaving it in a very taxable situation where they're going to get impacted. They're going to have to take it out in a certain period of time. It could cause them to bump into a higher tax bracket. Just all these things that you need to figure out with Johnny when you sit down. Get a copy of his Amazon best-selling book at retireatnewheights.com. Schedule a call with him and talk through some of these issues. And you may have had your Johnny may already have your retirement plan set, but maybe a life change has happened. That's when you just reach out. Have those conversations and see how he can help you and your family retire at new heights. So, Johnny, this was fun. How not to leave money to your family. We're coming back again next week for another great episode. So I can't wait to talk with you then.
Yes, sir, man. See ya. Enjoy.